Here you go, guys. Now, I've got this door fixed. I put a couple patches in it. It's actually the next weekend, but I've got a patch in the corner of the door. Those couple of holes were, and same in here. I put like quite a big patch in there. Like it's not big, but you know what I mean. And down in this corner, we'll just flick the light on. Oh. And I welded up a couple of holes in here and bits and pieces. I actually managed to get them to weld up. So like with a, a little bit of body filler and just just a wee smear just to hide anything, and nobody will even know that was there. So that door's basically ready for final body work. There's a little dent in there, and about the only other real mark that I can see is just that little bit of imperfection there, which is probably factory. So that's basically ready to go for final body work. So the next plan is to start on this door and see what we can find in here when I give this a clean up. So we'll get this off and we'll try and get back to you this weekend, and then I'll join it with last weekend stuff because I didn't make many videos at all. Righty, so we'll get back to you shortly. There you go, guys. Got this door off. Now on this front door there was a little bit of filler and a little bit of damage like from years and years and years ago. Quite minor, but it's had a bit of a scuff on that bottom of that door. Now I've got a funny suspicion it's carried on into this door, because this here I thought was holes for a start off, but there is a hole there, but it's almost, I don't know, it almost looks like it's like from being repaired, because it's been bashed in, and they actually had quite a bit of filler in here. It's like real quite low in here, and here I think this is probably possibly rust there, and again up in here, but it's not bad. Like I probably will cut this out and put a patch in there just to have a bit better looking behind. But this here I think I can probably spot weld up the worst of it, and see if I can just dolly it up a little bit better. Like it's a bit high there, probably more than anything, and see if I can get the bottom of this out a little, just so it's not quite so thick. But yeah, I thought that was rust, but I reckon it's been crunched in there or something, and they've put like a stud gun, or they've even like drilled holes in it to pull it out, because it's quite ugly. But it's not rotten, like it's not actually rust, it's damage, it's accident damage, like, and that's the repair that they've done, and then they've just filled it up, because the blue paint again was over top and there was filler underneath. So I'm guessing that was done at the same time as the bottom of that other door. So it's not as bad as what I thought it might have been on this door. I actually thought it was a wee bit worse. I actually thought this was going to be quite ugly through here, but it's quite minimal. And again, that back edge of this door, again I'll cut a wee patch out in here, and just so I can have a bit of a look and make sure it's not too rusty in behind there, and put a patch in there, flick a bit of rust kill in there before I weld the other piece in, so at least the inner skin, the inner shell of the doors, get a bit of rust kill in there, and possibly do the same and down in here. Like I probably could spot that up and try and get some rust kill down in from behind with a better look. Could possibly even do the same over there. We'll have a better look and just see what we can see. But yeah, like this is just accident damage, and repair damage. So I can probably make that a bit prettier too. So I'm gonna go have some lunch now, and then I'll come back out and do some more, and we'll show you the progress on this. Alrighty, see you later. Here you go, guys. Well, I've got this door sorted. I managed to weld most of the holes up and that. Fitting pretty good. And I've had another go at straightening this out a bit further. I welded some washers on and gave it a good tweak, and I've pulled it out reasonably well. The rest of it I think will, when we get the final body work, we'll see how it is. So that's sort of where we are there. Now this now the door the back door, which is I've taken off again. You know, that I was fighting with the other day. What I've done, the same actual scissor jack that I was using earlier on. What I did is I thought I might have had another one, but the other one that I could get hold of was taller again, so it didn't really help me much. So you can sort of see what I'm doing in here. I'll flick the little light on. So what I've done is I've got a steel bar in here underneath, and I've got a steel bar on top. And what I was doing is I actually had a piece of wood down in here that was almost the full width of that swage in that door, so I could push on it, but it was too thick and I couldn't get that bar in here. It was pushing on just on this piece of panel here. It wasn't strong enough, so the steel bar I've got in here, like it's reasonable width, so it's holding a bit more pressure on that outer skin now. So I haven't let it go, but I'll turn it over and I'll just sort of show you what I'm doing. Now you can see I've actually got that bulging out. I've sort of done it a few times and then given it a pretty good bum slapping there with the old drinking paddle, and just keep working across it and then put a bit more pressure on it and put a bit more pressure on it. And as you can see, like I've got quite an actual bulge out on it now. Like it's not huge, but you know, it's probably out in the centre, I don't know, probably 7, 8. I wouldn't say it was 10 mil out, but it's probably close. Further out in the centre to the edges now. So, and I've just kept putting pressure on it, and then I've run across back with the pedal. I actually haven't let it off. So, I'm actually going to do that very, very shortly. I'm just going to have one more go with the paddle, and I'll just want a bit more pressure on it. And I'm going to have another go with the paddle there and just give it another bit of a flogging, and hopefully when I let the pressure off it, I can get it to hold out there pretty reasonable. So if I can let that go and it just sort of sits down nice and flat, I'll be happy. Now if it's got the little minor look up and down, but it's pretty close, I think I'll stick with that because it's sort of a tricky thing to get in there. The piece I was saying where it was high, this jack, is I'll just see if I can hold this door and show you at the same time. What I was looking for was one that was a bit lower in here, so it was like a little bit lower. I probably could have cut it off and brought that in and welded it to give me a bit more room, so I could put that bit of timber in there. But I think that bit of steel bar has sort of done the trick. I'm hoping it's allowed me enough room anyway to get a bar either side and push on it. So I've kept that bar right up against that lip in the door there. I've kept it right against that bit of lip. So hopefully it's done what I need it to do. So what I'll do is I'll pause this now and I'll have a bit of a play and I'll let the pressure off and we'll see what happens, and I'll give you a shot of what's happened. Alrighty, as you can see, I've let that jack go. This is what I was talking about. Just give you a better idea. This is a jack for lifting up a late model vehicle. Right, we'll turn this over. I haven't seen this. I've only let it go myself, and we'll have a look and see what we've got here. Sorry about the shaking camera. Just get this door in the right position so we can all have a look, and we'll just see how much improvement we made. Yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. It's not bad actually. Right in the centre, I think it's probably about the right height, but it's a bit low at this end, sort of in between that centre piece and the outside edge. See if I can get a better position for you guys to see that. sort of hard to tell, but from through the camera, but I think through the centre itself, it's probably not bad, and like it's a little bit low just between the outside edge and just in it probably an inch or two, or sort of 50 mil. Like it's a bit low in there, but definitely moved it. We've definitely moved it. Like we're heading right in the right direction now. I think possibly what I need to do is see if I can get that the bars and the jack back in there, but put it closer to the centre. I had it fairly central, and see if I can get a wee bit more paint on it, and I might be able to even see if I can get one of the bars sort of right in against this far edge here, and hold some decent pressure just right through that piece, and see if I can get that to move a little bit more. And then if I can get that, I might just come back down here and see if I can do something similar down this end, but it's going to be sort of awkward with not having a lot of room in here. So I'll have another go, and I'll get back to you shortly. Alrighty, cheers. Here you go, guys, just back briefly. Just try and give you a shot down in here if I can for the camera, so you can sort of see. I'll put a bit more paint on it. Where are we? Just turn that bloody light off. So you can sort of see there, I've pushed that out reasonably well. Flattened it out a bit, but again I haven't let the pressure back off there, but you can sort of see that's flattened. It's flattened out quite nicely along there just now with that pressure still on there. As you can see, it's still in at that other end. I haven't attacked that other end yet, but what we'll do is I'll quickly pause it again, and we'll give you another shot just down at this other end. I'll take the jack out and we'll see if we can show you anything, see if it's any better. Righty, back again, got the jack out of the road. It's probably very marginally still low through there, but I think I'll leave that in now until we get to final bodywork, and then I'll just, we'll see how it pans out. But I'm just gonna have another wee push down this other end now, and just see if I can get that. I'll just zoom on point. I'll see if I'm gonna get this. Sort of just this section out a little bit. See if I can lift that just to here. A couple of mil. See if I can get that to lift a little bit. It's coming up pretty good now. Like it's come a long way from what it was. And probably what I'll do before I show you again, I'll bolt it back on the car, and we'll have a good look down it with the other front door on, and just see how sort of flat and smooth it looks when sort of looking down the car. Alrighty, we'll get back to you shortly. There you go, guys. Alright, I've got this back door back on, and as a general look down that line, down the bottom, not far away. It's come up pretty good. It's probably good enough now to leave until I get right into that final bodywork, and then I can just do any last tweaks on it. But I'm pretty happy with that. Like, I could play around with it just a little bit more possibly, but it's back now to workable position, for when I get in right into that final bodywork, and just filling and just getting all those last imperfections out. So I'm pretty happy with that, the way that lines up down through that door and into that back garden and everything. Like, it's pretty close. So next plan is we'll get into this last door, have a look in this corner here. I don't think there's anything else in it. Obviously there's a little bit of something in that corner. So we'll strip that out, and get that sorted. And then I'll have a quick look back around the rest of the body shell and any bits and pieces, and to see if there's any other little bits and pieces I've got to that I've got to tidy up, just little things. And then I'll probably pull the front and back window out. We'll have a good look around there and check those out for rust. And then the next step, I think, but the only other place I haven't really looked is up and behind the dash, like in these what you call cow area or whatever. I can't remember exactly what they call them in the States, but I'll just turn this light around, get a wee bit more light on here so you can sort of see. Up in here, and below here in these Valiants, they were pretty bad for rotting out. This one's really clean, like in here, like they were even bad for rotting out through here, and same on the other side. They were shocking for rotting out through there, unless you looked after them pretty well. And I assume the American Plymouths and Dodges, of that same era, through the 60s and 70s, were probably all just as bad. And down and through the vents that going through the side, like they were bad for rotting down out and through there. So that'll be the next step after I get this door done. Pull the glass out, and then once I got the front window out, I'll pull the dash out of it. And once I got the dash out and have a good look around there, that'll be apart from the only other thing that I really want to get done before I get full on into I could probably get most of the bodywork done, like final prep, before I get the to right into the final paint stage. I want to get the motor back in, a block heads and the trans and starter motor and bits and pieces like that all sort of bolted in here, because I've got to get an engine mount kit to convert from this slant 6K frame to the small block. And then I've got to get the kit so I can bolt that in, and I want to mock up a set of headers for it, because nobody makes a set of headers for these. You can get a sort of a shorty header, which probably aren't too bad, but the ones over here are quite small in the primaries. I'd like to probably go to 1 7/8 primaries if I can. So I'm thinking of making up my own headers, and I'll get some handles to weld that, because I'm nowhere near a good enough welder. It doesn't matter quite so much for this. If there's the odd pin, minor pinhole or whatever, it's not 100. It's not a major problem in bodywork. I'll put a good coat of sealer all in behind all these panels and whatever, and rust kill and all that sort of stuff. So that'll seal any minor pinholes that are from the inside, and all the bodywork, on the outside will fill in the little mini minor pinholes on the outside. So, but once it comes to welding an exhaust pipe, I'll get some help with that. But I watched a video of some guys making some stainless steel heaters, in a company over in the States, and they actually had a really good idea. They were using drainage, for wastewater and stuff like that. They were using the white PVC piping, just like the 90s and 45-degree bends, and I think there was a couple of other degree bends that they had in amongst them, and just the short bits of plastic pipe, basically just tack screwing it together on the head with the manifold plates. They had a little bit of pipe welding on each one so it would hold. I think they were using 40mm. That's what I'm going to use anyway. And I've had a good look, and I've found some really cheap ones online. It's probably going to cost me $60, maybe a little more. mock up a decent set of headers for this thing. I'm guessing, like I've got all the Tech screws, so that'll give me a good basic plan for a set of headers, and then I can pull that like the mock up out and build my headers, test fit them, and then final weld them and test fit them again before I finish. I get it right into the paint stage, especially under the bonnet. So that's where I'm at there. So I'll get this other door off and we'll have a look at that, and then once we've got that sorted, we'll get the glass out of it and then the dash, and then we'll go from there. Righty.